Good afternoon. I'm Kemi Olunloyo, journalist, pharmacist, and PR specialist. It's Sunday afternoon, the 10th of March, 2019, in Ibadan, Nigeria. Yesterday, I returned to Ibadan to cast my vote. I voted for Seyi Makinde of the PDP. A lot of people are abusing me left and right on the internet, but I want to defend my vote, why I voted for Seyi. Now, first of all, many of you know that I really campaigned for Sowore because I believe that young leaders are the ones who should be leading Nigeria today. And Yele was a presidential candidate. I casted my vote for him. I made it clear what I did, and I campaigned for him at no cost. He did not pay me a penny. He did not pay anybody a penny. It was a campaign that was fueled by the supporters. We actually contributed to his campaign. While defending my vote for Seyi Makinde, I've always said to people in Nigeria that you must vote for your favorite candidates, not your favorite party. There's parties and there's candidates. I'll give you an example. Seyi Makinde was in PDP in 2015. He later decamped and ran for governorship under SDP, and he came back to PDP. When McAfee came here to Ibadan, across the street from me, police laced in the street to convince Seyi to come back to PDP. Seyi accepted and returned to the party. He returned to the party immediately and started grassroots political campaigning to start his governorship ambition almost 4 years ago. Yes, he did lose in 2015, but he was determined to be the governor and try again in 2019. After all, President Buhari ran about 3 or 4 times, right? 3 times, and then he won the 4th time. Persistent pays. I'm not a politician, but I'm also a political activist, a gun violence activist, and a community activist. I do a lot in my community. A lot of you don't, and I think you should join me in doing a lot for your community. In the case of Seyi Makinde, what I want to tell people is that I chose my candidate for governor. It was not hard for me. Seyi has been a grassroots person. Maybe I don't shout out, oh, I'm going to vote for this person for governor. Maybe I didn't campaign with Seyi on the campaign trail because, of course, I was busy with the Sowore campaign trail. But I knew who I was going to vote for. He ran a grassroots campaign all over Oyo State. On his Facebook page, his Instagram page, and his Twitter page, I contributed. I made comments. I like what it was doing. But sometimes when you make noise, people start to attack you from the minute you're making noise. Maybe because I didn't make, oh, Seyi this, Seyi that. I didn't do anything for any of the governorship candidates when it comes to loud noise. But I made my stand in February of 2018 when I visited Seyi's house. I went out there to deliver a message to him. When I got there, he wasn't there. He was abroad. But I met his brother Seyi, and Seyi invited me to his birthday party that night. And why not? He's like a young brother to me. So I went to the party. It was really nice. I cut the cake. I posted the photo on Instagram on February 14th, 2018. And I said, happy Valentine's Day and happy birthday to my aburo, Seyi Makinde, Seyi's younger brother. Seyi Makinde is our next governor. That's how I posted it a year and a half ago. I got attacked. Okay, so my nickname is Prophet KOO, predicting things before they happen. I called him our next governor because I knew he was going to be the next governor. When Bayo Adelabu started his campaign, he did his campaign, he has a media team, he did what he had to do. Everybody had their campaign. Even AAC produced a candidate, Laoshu, later on in the campaign. SDP had Barrage. ZLP, Ladoja's party, produced Sharafuddin Ali. Who else produced a candidate? Akala came out in ADP. People came out. There were many governorship candidates. Last minute, everybody either decamps or pitch their tent under the Makinde campaign or the Adelabu campaign. Guys, wake up. We are the voters. At the polling station yesterday, I was very upset, and many of you saw the video. Upset, why? Because I don't like vote influencing. If Akala had in fact decamped back to APC, I think INEC has the responsibility of telling the voters, instead of having them go to the polls and be pressing ADP for Akala when they knew that the votes should be for APC, where he is now. The same goes with Ladoja, Sharafuddin Ali, Bolaji Ayanride, Lanley, all the parties that pitch near Seyi's tent. Those people are supposed to be punching PDP as well. But nobody was told. INEC did not educate anybody with that. Neither did the staff. It was last minute. This is something they have to look into 2023. However, when I got to my polling unit, people were saying, oh yeah, Kemi came here and scattered the polling unit. I didn't scatter anything as in the word scatter. I just was yelling to the top of my voice and I was telling people what they shouldn't be doing. I saw people, ad hocs, INEC, corpers, who were telling people straight up to vote for APC because Akala had decamped. Why were they not telling people to vote for PDP? Because the others were pitching tent. It's two-sided. It's not supposed to be one-sided. That's voter influencing and trying to make APC win. We won the polling unit anyway. That's the only reason I'm defending my vote and defending what I did yesterday. It's very important that the system is transparent, that the system is clear, and that the system is free and fair. Nobody's to be paying anybody for anything. Youth corpus across the country were taking bribes to do work. Money is lucrative, but it's wrong. At the end of the day, I don't like youth corpus holding elections. Elections officials should be doing that. There should be more INEC staff. Okay? Instead of the government getting free youth corpus, pay people to do it. These are the things that INEC needs to look at for 2023. At the end of the day, yes, I casted my vote for Seyi Makinde. And why not? I taped it. Because what I saw yesterday, nobody could stop me from casting my vote for the right person, and nobody could influence me, and nobody should be influencing others. For Seyi Makinde, I wish him a very good term as governor. If possible, 8 years. We don't need governors in the 60s and 70s anymore. Even my father said it. Every governor should be under 55. My father was 48 in 1983. Late Chief Barrage was 48 in 1979. I'm really glad Oyo State is getting a younger person that can really see the need of the young people. Seyi is very grassroots, okay? Like I said, I was silent and I was just watching. Sometimes you should be a watcher. A lot of things he promised will happen. And there are people there who are going to help him make it happen. For me personally, education is number one. Education. Health should be number two. People are dying in Oyo State. Lack of health education, lack of money to pay for their health. All these health schemes that are not working. People just looting our money left and right. All these private governments that have been running in Oyo State. The government is public. It should be run by the people, for the people. The United States Constitution uses that line. By the people, for the people. And that's how we're going to run Oyo State. Oyo State pioneered the world. Oyo State pioneered Nigeria. We're the pace setter. We're first in everything, and we're still going to be the first in everything. I wish Seyi Makinde good luck. There's a lot to be tapped in this state. There's tourism. There's a lot. And we can put it back together and run a great government. I'm Kemi, Olunloyo. The time right now is 4:45, 4:45. Sunday, March 10th, 2019, afternoon in Ibadan, Nigeria. Please share this recording on Instagram and also on YouTube. I'll post it for everybody to hear. If you have any contributions you can make to Oyo State, tweet it. Okay? Seyi Makinde is on Seyi Makinde on Twitter. You'll know his handle. It's probably going to be verified soon once he's pronounced the governor-elect. Tweet the governor. Be heard. Oyo State youth, be heard. Many of you are running around with no education. All the area boys can be very well educated. Some of them dress so well. They should be able to read and write. This is where the British brought the university first. Okay, the meat sellers, the mechanics, and the vulcanizers. University of Ibadan is still here, the first in the nation, and still one of the top 100 in the world. So we need to do that. Education, health, and also tourism and other things in this city, Ibadan, and in this state, Oyo State. If you go to Shaki, Okiogun, all these areas in Oyo State, there's so much to be tapped in. Good luck, Seyi Makinde, on the governorship. Good luck, Oyo State. Speak out. Let the governor know what you want. I'm Kemi, Olunloyo. Thank you for listening.